Now turn to part 3.
Part 3. You will hear two students, Tim and Laura, discussing their poster presentation on climate change in East Africa. First, you'll have some time to look at questions 21 to 23. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 23.
So Laura, have you thought more about the focus of our presentation? I was considering covering the effects of climate change on each country separately.
That's an interesting idea, but I think it might be too detailed. We should probably focus on what people can actually do to reduce climate change instead.
You're right, that's a much clearer focus. There's a lot of information on that topic, and it's something that affects all the countries in the region.
Exactly. It's also more relevant to our audience. We can briefly mention future climate data, but we shouldn't make it our main point.
Agreed. Now, I'm a bit worried that we're trying to cover too much. There's so much information and we might run out of time.
I was thinking the same thing. I feel like we need to cut down on some content. Otherwise, it'll be overwhelming for the audience.
Good point. We don't want them to get lost in the details.
There's one more thing. I think we need to be careful when we talk about rainfall patterns. Some sources say there could be more rain in some areas, while others predict severe droughts. We should make sure we present the information in a balanced way.
Absolutely, and we should also avoid assuming that data from one country applies to all of East Africa. Climate patterns vary a lot across the region.
Right. Let's be precise and avoid generalizing too much.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you'll have some time to look at questions 24 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 24 to 30.
So for the poster, what should we include?
Well, we definitely need to provide a clear outline of our research at the top, so people can follow our main points easily.
Yes, and we should avoid using a fancy script font. It needs to be easy to read from a distance.
Exactly. We also need to reduce the amount of detailed research we include. We can't fit everything on the poster.
Agreed. Let's break the information into sections. Maybe we can use headings to clearly separate each part.
Good idea. We should also include some diagrams and photographs to make the poster more visually engaging.
Yes, visuals will help communicate the key points more effectively, and we need to make sure our summaries are clear and concise.
Definitely. And we should add some colours to make the poster stand out.
Sounds good. Let's get started on the final version.
That is the end of part 3. You now have 30 seconds to check your answers to part 3.